In the previous video, we conquered every single game mode available and fully upgraded our guild to an insane level, but this time we are taking things even further. Today, we are continuing our Noob to Pro journey in a Rise crossover with admin items, and the goal for this episode is simple, but challenging at the same time. We need to reach the highest possible rank in the game and push our damage to the absolute maximum. We are talking about pure destruction level DPS, breaking the limits, breaking the numbers, and pushing the game to its edge. So first thing first, we need to focus on our relics. Relics got a big upgrade recently, and now you can actually rank them up all the way to GM rank, which makes them a lot stronger than before. We have 5 admin relics that need to be leveled up, and the difference between normal relics and admin relics is absolutely insane. Just one admin relic can outperform an entire build of normal ones, and we have 5 of them. The first relic we need to focus on is Blade of Dominion. This relic is probably the most powerful one in the entire game because it gives a massive boost to both weapon and shadow damage. The numbers are ridiculous. We are talking billions of extra damage, so when we combine it with the Noob killer weapon, it becomes an unstoppable combo that literally one-shots anything that stands in our way. Then we have the Tome of Knowledge. This relic might not boost our damage, but it gives us something equally broken, an experience multiplier so massive that just by completing a single daily quest, we get over 1 million EXP, when normally it gives only a few thousand. That's an absurd amount of progress, and it's going to help us reach the new level cap way faster. The leveling cap was recently increased, which means we can go even further and unlock a bunch of new talents that massively increase our overall stats and power. Since we have millions of tickets saved up, upgrading these relics is basically instant. Let's use all of our upgrade potions, push everything to the limit, and get ready to test the new setup. We are progressing insanely fast right now, but let's not forget about expeditions. Even though expeditions don't give that much experience individually, they are fast, efficient, and easy to complete. You can do one in just a few seconds, which makes them a nice bonus. The only issue is that you can do expeditions only once every 8 hours, so while it's a great method for quick EXP, it's not something you can spam endlessly. After finishing all available expeditions, we reached level 674, which is a huge improvement, but the maximum level right now is 750, so there's still a lot of room for growth. Since the guild system also got an update, we can now unlock a ton of new perks like shadow damage boosts, weapon damage upgrades, and extra relic and shadow slots. That means it's time to push deeper into the Infernal Castle. This mode gives us a huge amount of gems for guild upgrades, tons of experience for leveling, and a bunch of materials we'll need later. Last time we reached floor 180, so now we continue from there. Each floor gives over 300,000 EXP, and since we can clear each one in just a few seconds, it's basically free progress. On top of that, we get mode tokens that can be exchanged for upgrades or gachas, and we haven't even touched those yet. The gacha system gives permanent buffs to sword and shadow damage, so we'll need to max those out in a future episode. After a few minutes of climbing, we reached floor 200 and faced the king boss. And of course, it only takes us one hit to delete it from existence. We got both the shadow and relic drops right away. The current maximum floor we can reach is limited by the highest floor any player in the entire game has reached, so we can't just skip straight to 300. The same rule applies to Infinity Desert and Infinity Castle, so we'll need to progress gradually as the leaderboard increases. We tried pushing further and got kicked at floor 114, but that still gave us a great amount of EXP and gems. I ran Infernal Castle to more times to hit level 750 and cap out our level completely. With that done, it's time to move forward. After leaving the castle, the first thing we need to do is reset our talents and pick a new setup. Since the guild gives us plenty of relic slots now, we can focus fully on weapon damage talents to boost our DPS to the maximum. That alone gives us a massive power spike. Next, we reset our stats. This time we're going all in on weapon damage, adding some into shadow range because that also increases our weapon reach when combined with certain talents, and the rest goes into player speed. Now we're faster, stronger, and ready to upgrade the guild. We donated 95 Nod Gems, which we got from just a few Infernal Castle runs. That's about 50 times more than what the top guild in the entire game has right now. But even though we have more gems than anyone else, we're not showing up on the leaderboard because of the admin item status, so technically we're banned from ranking. Still, it doesn't matter because the guild upgrades are done and we can move to the next stage. Reaching floor 200 also gave us a brand new title called Eternal Archfiend, which gives a massive boost of 420% to weapon damage. That's exactly what we need for our build. The next mission is ranking up our character. To reach GM rank, we need to complete a huge list of quests in World 1 to unlock the GM quest line. But before we do that, let's make a dedicated speed build to finish all those quests faster. First, we buy a ton of pure gems from the guild hall. Each pure gem gives 15 player speed, so stacking them gives us ridiculous movement speed. Then we grab any sword and make it a rank so we can slot in the gems. We replace all gems in the Noob killer sword with pure gems and add one to the new sword as well. Now we have 90 speed from the Noob killer and 15 more from the secondary weapon. We also reset our stats again and put everything into player speed and shadow range for faster questing. Now we're zooming across the map like lightning, so it's time to head back to World 1. On each island we need to complete 5 quests, and with 10 islands total, that's 50 quests to finish. Let's begin! It takes about an hour of grinding, but we eventually complete all of them and unlock the GM rank quest line. That means we can finally start ranking up all the way to GR Plus rank. Normally, rank up quests require you to reach certain infernal castle floors and levels, but since we already hit level 750 and cleared floor 114, we're already set. The only problem now is our insane speed build, which makes it a bit hard to move properly inside rank up dungeons since we're bouncing all over the place. After finishing the first dungeon, we toned down the speed to 300 so it's more manageable. And just like that, we start ranking up one by one. GM rank, GM plus, UGM rank, UGM plus, HGM rank, HGM plus, R rank, R plus, RM rank, RM plus, GR rank, and finally, GR plus. We reached the maximum possible rank in Arise crossover, and now we have 125 times weapon damage, 55 times shadow damage, and 200 extra shadow levels. That's insane power, but we're not done yet. It's time to test our damage, but before we do, we're going to upgrade our setup even further. First, we buy a ton of greater ruby gems to put into our Noob killer sword. Each gem gives 20 weapon mastery, so with 6 gems, that's 120 total. We do the same for our second weapon, giving us 240 total weapon mastery. Our weapon damage is now 7.07%, which is absolutely insane, but we can push it even higher. In the latest update, we got a new accessory system that allows us to increase our damage even further. I found one in a public server on Lucky Kingdom Island, which honestly feels like the perfect spot to farm this event. The enemies are all packed together, and that makes everything go 10 times faster. Just one hit and every single relic drops instantly, sometimes even multiple copies thanks to the drop chance relic. It's honestly kind of crazy how efficient this setup is. I decided to stay a bit longer, though, because spooky tokens are too valuable to skip, and I'll need a ton of them later for crafting our Lekino keys. After a few more minutes of farming, the drops started rolling in like Candy Bone Armor and Cursed Sword, both really solid accessories with amazing buffs to weapon damage. I even managed to get Witch Hat and Pumpkin Cape. Those are technically easier to get, but they still give strong bonuses, so it's definitely worth holding on to them for backup sets. With enough spooky tokens farmed, it's time to move to the next step, crafting the Arlecchino keys. These keys are what allow access to the Arlecchino dungeon, and that's where the real power lies. Inside this dungeon, you can find some of the strongest shadows, relics, and accessories in the entire game. It's basically the endgame playground for anyone who wants to min-max their build. So I went in, defeated the Arlecchino Zero boss, and somehow on the very first try, I got everything I needed, all the accessories, and even an HGM rank Arlecchino Zero shadow. I equipped all the new gear immediately. Ghoul Mask for sword damage, Vampire Armor for a massive weapon damage boost. This combo already felt broken, but I wasn't done yet. There was still one more accessory I wanted to grab, the Skull Crown and Flame Cape, both dropped by the world boss Frankenganchi. It took about an hour of waiting for the spawn, but once the boss appeared, it was gone in seconds. One clean hit and both accessories dropped, along with another HGM plus rank shadow. Absolute perfection. Skull Crown gives 150% weapon damage and Flame Cape gives 180%. That's 330% total from just 2 accessories, which makes this build completely over the top. Now that the full accessory setup is ready, it's finally time to test the real DPS potential. I popped a weapon damage potion, checked my weapon enchantment, and noticed it still had Burning Flame, which isn't the best. I needed Vorpal Aspect. That's the #1 enchantment for maximum DPS. I rolled a few times, and unbelievably, I got it almost instantly. Usually, it takes thousands of dust to see it once, but this time it came right away. That's when I knew, it's time to test the damage. And yes, the damage is unreal. I'm not exaggerating, the game can't handle it. I officially broke the counter. Once it stabilized, my DPS at around 15 knock, and that's already absurd. But of course, I wanted to push it even further. So I tried out the Tidal Fusion talent. Normally you can equip only one weapon, but with Tidal Fusion, you can use both a title and a subtitle at the same time for extra buffs. My best subtitle right now is Sunborn Eclipse, which gives 80% weapon damage, and while it's good, the difference wasn't huge. But there's a subtitle from Wave 175 that gives even more, 130% weapon damage. That's a massive buff, so I started grinding for it right away. I jumped directly to Wave 120, and with 3 times speed active, the entire run took about 15 minutes. The waves melted in seconds, and when I finally cleared Wave 175, I unlocked the Ash Nomad subtitle. Time for another test. The DPS looks similar at first, but sometimes I see massive spikes, up to 17 NOV DPS. That's a full to NOV higher than before, something I couldn't even reach with 2 swords. That's when it hit me. I've maxed out everything. Maximum level, maximum rank, full guild upgrades, every quest complete, every accessory optimized. Absolute peak damage achieved with admin items. That's everything for this episode, but next time I'll take things to a completely new level. I'll rebuild everything from scratch and create the strongest shadow team in the entire game. And now, it's giveaway time. If you see your Roblox username on the screen right now, make sure you've accepted my friend request so I can send your reward. For everyone else who wants to join the next giveaway, all you need to do is subscribe to the channel, like this video, and most importantly, leave your exact Roblox username in the comments below. If you've got any questions about this episode, ask them in the comments. I always check them. And for exclusive content, more giveaways, and to hang out with the community, check out my Discord and Roblox group. You can also follow my Roblox profile for a chance to join me in-game. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more Arise crossover content.